Fei Lu Novel Network A.Level Contracted Novel. Huoying Tiancai Monopoly, traversing into the world of Hokage, Tiancai, the elder brother of Tiantian, mastered the secret technique of paper escape and could easily create 60,000 billion explosive talismans. I am destined to become a super millionaire in the world of Hokage, a humanoid printing machine, destined to buy the entire Hokage world. He wholesales detonating symbols worldwide. He is the god of ninjutsu who created Naruto, a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner named Ning, a tattooed teenager named Xiao, and the god of instant ninjutsu named Tiantian. He is the master of talismans who created the golden age of ninjas. Fei Lu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Tiankai and Naruto, Seeking Collection, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fire Country, my village. Where the leaves of wood fly, there is the will of fire. Years of peace have allowed Konoha village to shed the cruelty and ferocity of war. The scars suffered in the war have faded away, and hope and peace have returned to the big guy's heart. The village is filled with laughter and joy, and people's faces are filled with happiness and tranquility. As the sun sets in the west, the golden sunshine falls on this quiet and peaceful land. The third generation Hokage monkey flying sun stands on the tall building of the Hokage office, quietly looking towards the direction of the training ground. Everything in front of him made ape flying sun feel happy and satisfied, he whispered. The ninjas who fought against each other in war have now become the guardians of peace and happiness in the village. We have truly achieved this, and Kiba has become a place full of happiness and laughter. Monkey Flying Sun muttered to himself, wherever there are leaves dancing, the fire will burn. The shadow of the fire shines on the village, causing new leaves to sprout. His eyes were slightly moist. First generation, second generation, I really hope you can see everything with your own eyes. He turned around and looked at the statue of the fourth generation of Hokage on Hokage Rock. Shuemen, you see it too. Your son, Naruto, has grown into an excellent ninja. The wind blew the hunting sound of the imperial robe of the three generations of Fire Shadow. Under the white imperial robe, the withered and frail body of the monkey flying sun slayer is revealed. This is an old man in his twilight years, dying on the brink of death. It is another dying old man who has exhausted all his strength to guard the peace and happiness before his eyes. In the direction of the training ground that the old man was looking at from a distance, two teenagers were confronting each other. A young man wearing an orange coat, with golden hair and three whiskers like a civet cat on his face, was shouting excitedly. Tiankai big brother, this time, I must defeat you. Across from him was a handsome young man dressed in a white robe, with black hair, starry eyebrows and sword eyes, and an imposing demeanor. The young man smiled and said, Naruto, I admire your willpower. Even 999 failures cannot undermine your confidence. With such a will to never give up, you will definitely become Hokage in the future. Looking at the ninja forehead protector on Naruto's forehead, Tiancai's heart was filled with infinite emotion. It has been 13 years since I came into this world. He has traveled through time and become Tiankai, the twin brother of Tiantian in the Fire Shadow, for a full 13 years. He muttered to himself, open the properties panel. As soon as the words fell, a semi-transparent attribute panel appeared before his eyes. Name. Tiankai, title. Monopoly, fate point. 1,500 wealth. 24.53 million taels, possess skills. Secret Arts Paper Done, Advanced, 8 Dunjia, 5, Monthly Reading, Beginner Level, Soft Fist, Beginner Level, Medical Ninja, Intermediate Level, Time Space Ninja, Beginner Level, Sealing, Intermediate Level, Cooking, Intermediate Level, Acupuncture and Moxibustion, Beginner Level, Dot. In 13 years, he integrated into this world and also changed it. Now, the plot of this world has finally begun. Upon hearing Tiancai's approval, Naruto was overjoyed. He couldn't suppress his smile, grinned and asked with a hint of foolishness. Tiancai, do you really think that I will become Hokage in the future? With a gentle smile on his face, Tiancai confidently said, yes, Naruto, you will definitely become an excellent Hokage. Naruto smiled foolishly, and he scratched the back of his head with some embarrassment. Although Tiancai brother praised me so much, I won't show mercy for it. 999 failures are coming to an end today, and this time, I will definitely be able to defeat you. Naruto clenched his fist and confidently said, my current self is completely different from my previous self. I have graduated from ninjutsu school and become a true ninja. I have also mastered powerful ninjutsu. Naruto's eyes sparkled with confidence. This time, I will definitely be able to fulfill my wish, which is a powerful ninjutsu that even Hokage can defeat. This time, I can definitely defeat you. Naruto shouted confidently. Good fighting spirit, then, come on, Naruto. Tiankai paid no attention to Naruto's declaration to defeat him. He reached out his hand and hooked his hook. The old rule is, if you can knock me down once, I'll take care of your Yao-Lamian noodles in the next 10 years. Naruto laughed happily and rubbed his palms, since that's the case, I won't be polite. Thank you for your hospitality. He clasped his fists and bowed, I'm coming. Tiankai clasped his fists and spoke calmly. So, let's get started. As soon as the words fell, Naruto's index and middle fingers were clasped together, his hands crossed, and a cross was formed. He shouted loudly in his mouth. The technique of multiple shadow clones in the ninja technique. Bang, bang, bang. A series of slight explosions sounded, and white smoke rose from behind Naruto, making him feel like he was trapped in thick fog. The white smoke cleared, the orange coat, the golden hair, and hundreds of identical vortex Naruto formed a dense square in the training field. The neat formation, the dense square array, the identical separation. Naruto formed an army alone. Turning his head to look at his large army, Naruto was filled with pride in his heart. I'm sure we'll win this time. Feeling the confidence of their true selves, the Naruto people behind them rubbed their hands, their eyes filled with tears, and they spoke excitedly. 999 failures, today is finally coming to an end. You're really full of energy, but during battles, don't get distracted, Naruto. Seeing the stunned Naruto, Tiankai took the initiative to launch an attack. He raised his arm and threw his black sword towards the center of the Naruto formation one after another. Whoosh! 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 With a sword in hand and the sound of breaking through the air, he attacked Naruto. The Narutos in the formation were huddled together in a daze. Faced with the sudden sword attack, they immediately panicked. Damn it! It was a surprise attack. Fool! The battle has already begun. Move away quickly. Get out of my way. I'll stop the sword in my hand. On the left, you bastard, quickly dodge. The queue of shadow clones is too dense, with Naruto standing in the middle one by one, constantly wanting to push out. They pushed themselves forcefully around them, like a chaotic crowd, like a domino suddenly falling from the center, one Naruto after another being squeezed by themselves and swaying. The panicked Narutos were in a mess, pushing and muttering, cursing at the other self. Bastard! You actually pushed me. A Naruto slammed a punch into the head of another Naruto, turning them into a ball of white smoke. Get out of my way. You're blocking the way. Bang! 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 Surrounded by the same shadow clones, Naruto collided and faced the threat of swords in their hands, pushing and muttering, trying to squeeze out. Be careful of your head. Tiankai placed his hand on his forehead and whispered a reminder. In order to compete for a spot to avoid, Naruto's clones started fighting on their own in front of him, completely forgetting the threat above their heads. Bang! 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 Swords fell one after another in their hands, swaying in all directions. The disorganized Naruto couldn't dodge and disappeared into white smoke. Chapter 2. 8 Gates of Dunjia, Seeking Collection, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The disappearing shadow avatar freed up space, and the remaining Naruto finally dispersed. They formed a circle and surrounded the wealth of heaven. Naruto looked with reverence in their eyes and said, "It's truly true that Tiankai Big Brother caught our flaw so easily." Tiankai did not pursue the victory, he stood calmly in place. "Naruto, don't be too happy too early. You won't be able to defeat me just by relying on a multiple shadow clone technique. Tiankai is also very skilled in the art of shadow clone. This is an auxiliary ninjutsu invented by the second generation of Hokage Chiba. This ninjutsu was originally used for espionage and intelligence gathering. The strength of the shadow clone is not strong, but its advantage is that it can retain memory and has some chakras. This technique is suitable for lurking, probing, setting traps, and assisting in cultivation. As an auxiliary ninjutsu, the technique of shadow clone is almost omnipotent and can be said to be very powerful. But if you want to clone shadow and use it directly for combat, it's putting the cart before the horse, using the wrong direction. It won't be that simple, let's go together." A Naruto raised his hand and greeted his companions. The Narutos, who had just scattered, rushed up from all directions. Even after the chaos just now, there are still over 70 Naruto clones left. With a huge advantage in numbers, even without formation and coordination, the Narutos rushed forward in a chaotic manner, which was enough to make most of the Nakano defeated. Faced with the scene in front of him, Tiankai gently shook his head and said, "A clone that cannot be perfectly controlled is useless in the face of real experts, no matter how many there are." Faced with a rushing wall of people, he didn't dodge or dodge, quickly punched and slapped. He conjured up illusions with his hands, as if freely shuttling through the woods and strolling leisurely in the courtyard. Within an inch, a person can be an enemy country. The attacks of the shadow clones couldn't even touch the corners of his clothes. Bang! 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 Punching and kicking, touching and bumping, one Naruto's shadow clones quickly turned into white smoke amidst Tiancai's effortless movements. The strength of shadow clones is far inferior to that of the main body. Faced with powerful opponents, no matter how many clones there are, they are just targets. If you don't have any other plans, then if you fail the 1000th time, you can accept them. Tiankai casually destroyed one shadow clone after another while pointing out the shortcomings of Naruto's tactics. If it weren't for Naruto Chakra's amazing use of shadow clones, this reckless tactic would have been a taboo for other ninjas to disperse their power and a way to kill them. Even if Naruto Chakra is amazing and cannot fully control the shadow clone, it can only be used as a bait to delay failure and has no significant effect. Naruto, hidden within his clone, quietly observes the destruction of his shadow clone by Tiankai. He was secretly surprised, truly worthy of being the big brother of Tiankai. Even when facing the powerful ninjutsu that could easily defeat Teacher Mizuki, he did not show any flaws. "Fortunately, I still have a trump card. This time, I will use the ninjutsu you taught me to defeat you." Naruto took a deep breath, his blood surged up, his face turned red, and he shouted loudly. "Open the 8 gates escaping armor." A surging force constantly emerges from the body. It's this power. Feeling the immense power within his body, Naruto felt that his current self could defeat any opponent. If I were to face Teacher Mizuki in this state, I only needed to lightly strike and defeat Teacher Mizuki, who is a ninja. This is the ninjutsu you taught me, brother Tiankai. I have finally mastered it. Naruto looked at his opponent excitedly and said, "This time, I won't lose." Having made up his mind, Naruto infiltrated the clone and launched fierce attacks with the help of his greatly increased speed and strength, time and time again. After using the 8 gates Dunjia, Naruto's speed increased significantly. Under his rapid running, he turned into a golden flash of light. Like a drop of water mixed into the sea, like a knife hidden in the dark. At this point, Naruto's body possesses 10 times the speed and power of its clone. He infiltrated into his clone and suddenly exploded at the moment of contact. Bang! Fierce impact, foot kick, elbow strike. Tiankai and Naruto unleashed a terrifying force, and the crashing waves overturned the shadow clones surrounding them. Good time. Tiankai laughed and said, "It seems that I must be more serious." He boasted without hesitation, having mastered the 8 Dunjia, "Naruto, you are already a hardworking genius in terms of physical skills." Seeing Naruto using the 8 gates Dunjia, Tiankai was overjoyed. Naruto actually broke the limits of his body and used 8 Dunjia techniques. Ba-men Dunjia was the trump card he taught Naruto, and the foreshadowing he laid for changing this world. Coming into the world of Naruto, as one of them. Whether it's for the emotions experienced in the past or to protect the future of Kiba, Tiankai cannot sit idly by and see everything happen. He cannot ignore Naruto's lonely and unfortunate childhood like the others in the original work. So, he became Naruto's friend very early on. He didn't want to sit and watch Naruto suffer from the bullying he shouldn't have endured. He is impossible, doing nothing, waiting for the arrival of war. So, he is gradually changing the world. He didn't want to realize his powerlessness when facing war. Naruto should not have suffered those misfortunes, and Kiba should not have suffered so much. All changes require strong force. And in this lifetime, he possesses the power to change. In this life, he has the power to change the world and the ability to protect what he values. He wants to change his own destiny, to change the fate of those who are related to him. Naruto has a special physique of the Vortex clan, and his chakra and recovery abilities are several times that of ordinary people. With continuous exercise and strengthening, this multiple will continue to increase. In the end, Naruto's special physique may have evolved into a fairy-like body. With such innate advantages, Naruto's most suitable ninjutsu is the 8-gate Dunjia. Compared to Xiao Li and Kai, who only have the recovery ability of ordinary people, they always wander on the edge of life and death every time they use the 8 Dun armors under heavy loads. Naruto's strong physique ensures that as long as he can use the 8 gates Dunjia, this powerful forbidden technique will become Naruto's biggest trump card. The powerful immortal body ensures that the 7 levels in front of the 8 gates of Dunjia will not cause irreparable injuries to Naruto. And the strong physique will further unleash Naruto's 8 gates Dunjia, unleashing power several times that of a Kai. Chapter 3. Defeating the Forbidden Art of Hokage, Seeking Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Having the potential of a fairy-like body, trained several years in advance. In this lifetime, Naruto's potential will no longer be wasted. It is precisely considering these advantages that several years ago, Tiankai was teaching Naruto to train his physical skills diligently. In order for Naruto to master the 8 gates of Dunjia, he used various methods of coercion and inducement. In addition to Yao Lami and noodles, all kinds of barbecues, food lures and puzzles, there are also duels again and again, urging and encouraging Naruto to become a fire shadow. The Naruto of this life is like a jade carved by a master, emitting true brilliance. In order to make Naruto focus on his physical skills, just like in the original work, Tenkai did not teach him any ninjutsu. Finally, today, all the efforts have paid off. Naruto has truly mastered the 8 gates of escaping armor. Looking at Naruto's performance, Tiankai was very satisfied. After arriving in this world, he gradually changed it. Now, under his guidance, Naruto has mastered a powerful forbidden technique, the 8 gates of Dunjia, that he had never mastered before in history. Such earth-shattering changes will make the whole world completely different. He secretly told himself that this time, with my presence, my world will no longer be a plaything for those conspirators, and I will guard everything now. Bang! Bang! The two continued to fight. Like illusions intertwined, the two transformed into remnants and clashed at an indistinguishable speed with the naked eye. Bang! Bang! A huge impact, emitting bursts of explosive sounds, like a collision of mountains and rocks, and fierce beasts pouncing. Under the rapid charge and thrust, the howling wind blew in their ears, causing their clothes to make a hunting sound. If others had seen this scene, they would not have believed that it was the strength that underage ninjas could possess. Tiankai and Naruto gradually unleashed their strength, and the battle entered a new stage. Naruto's shadow clones can no longer keep up with their speed and cannot intervene in the current battle. They anxiously circled around the two of them. Do you know ninjutsu? A Naruto shadow clone asks another shadow clone. Fool, isn't that you? You don't know, of course I don't either. Since I am you, are you calling me a fool? Aren't you calling yourself a fool? Although I am you, cursing you does not mean cursing myself. Two clones, unable to intervene in the battle, actually started arguing with each other. Stop making noise. Another Naruto shadow clone exclaimed in dissatisfaction. Tiankai Big Brother's strength is too strong, and his essence is at the bottom. Even if we can't help, don't follow along and cause trouble. The scattered shadow clones now became dispensable spectators, watching from afar the battle between Tiankai and Naruto. This is a battle that exceeds their reaction speed, and it truly belongs to the strong. I'm really not willing to give up, ontology. You must not lose. After years of hard work and repeated training with all your might, you have mastered the 8 Dunjia. This time, you must win. A Naruto shadow clone, with trumpet-shaped hands, placed in front of his mouth and shouting loudly. Naruto's shadow clones began to cheer for themselves. 10 years of happy Lamian noodles depends on you, Numenon. Never lose. Feeling the encouragement from the clones, Naruto looked at Tiankai with a passionate fighting spirit. I won't lose this time. Tiankai smiled and said, it's not easy to win against me. Don't forget, who taught you the 8 Dunjia? Naruto spoke confidently, defeating you with the ninjutsu you taught me is my greatest respect. I am the man destined to become Hokage. Tiankai laughed and said, I have accepted my respect, but if you want to defeat me, you need to show more strength. Faced with the explosion of Naruto's strength, Tiankai is also unlocking more of its own strength. Even though he has won Naruto 999 times, he still won't let go this time. Woodleaf Whirlwind. Naruto shouted out his moves with great momentum. Naruto, who wielded the 8 gates of escaping armor technique, saw a surging chakra all over his body, forming a thin layer of flames. A golden flame enveloped Naruto's body, making him feel like he had transformed into a golden warrior. Bombardment. He raised his hands and feet, creating a huge airflow. The sudden kicking technique even created a faint golden light. Unbelievable, the fit between the 8 gates Dunjia and you is beyond imagination. Seeing Naruto's outburst, Tiankai couldn't help but marvel. Similarly, using the 8 gates of Dunjia, Naruto's ability to open one gate is almost equivalent to the effect of Xiao Li opening 3 gates. It has to be said that even the incomplete immortal body has enviable potential. Naruto's talent is truly far beyond the foundation of ordinary people. Unfortunately, you are facing me. Faced with Naruto's outburst, Tenkai did not dodge or dodge, facing Naruto's attack head-on. He stepped back and forth, posing in a defensive position with a soft fist. He reduced Naruto's attack with a round and flawless defense. Bagua empty palm. Tiankai anticipated the enemy's advance, and quickly took action halfway through Naruto's attack to accumulate strength. Every time Naruto takes a shot, it's always before Naruto does. The palm power that separated the air repeatedly interrupted Naruto's attacks, making it impossible for him to accumulate momentum. forcing Naruto to constantly adjust his attacks and adapt to the changes of his opponents. The exhilarating battle, the tumultuous struggle of chi and blood. Faced with the scene before him, Tiankai was amazed. Naruto's current strength is at least 2 years ahead of its original history. At this time, Naruto, who is currently in the 8 Gates escaping armor, may not necessarily fall behind in comparison to Naruto, who will not have the immortal mode after 2 years. Unconsciously, Naruto has become an excellent ninja. His physical skills, combined with powerful chakras, can sweep across the middle ninja, making it difficult for even ordinary upper ninjas to defeat him steadily. After opening the 8 gates of Dunjia, Naruto's next leap in strength should be the Spiral Maru. This time, with the assistance of the 8 Dunjia sects and the support of powerful physical skills. Nowadays, Naruto will no longer be dodged by others when using the Spiral Pill. In addition to the Spiral Pill, the 8 Gates Dunjia also needs to continue practicing. I really want to see Naruto, who has used 8 Dunjia, opened 7 gates, and activated the immortal body. Faced with such a powerful wooden leaf, who else dares to destroy the current peace? When the battle is deadlocked. Naruto suddenly jumped backwards and stopped. Tiankai was momentarily stunned and immediately reacted. Is it time to open the door? This time, you lost. Naruto shook his arm and said with emotion. Undoubtedly, I am the omnipotent Tiankai elder brother. Even though I have mastered such powerful ninjutsu, it has only brought me closer to Tiankai elder brother. It is not so easy to surpass Tiankai elder brother. It seems that I must use that spell, use that forbidden spell. Do you still have a trump card? Is it the second one? Tiankai pondered what other cards Naruto would have. Although I really want to rely on my strength and defeat Tiankai big brother with integrity, I still need to work harder. Now, this is my last chance, and finally end my 1000th failure. Use that forbidden spell that can defeat Huoying. Naruto took a deep breath, as if he was about to lift his trump card. Can ninjutsu defeat Hokage? Tiancai's mind was rapidly spinning the techniques he knew. Suddenly, he thought of something. Wait. What do you want to do? Tiankai began to retreat and saw a malicious smile on Naruto's face. Is it that technique? Sure enough. He saw a cheap smile on Naruto's face and called out the name of the spell. The Art of Harem. Chapter 4. Naruto's Secret Techniques, for Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Naruto showed a cheap smile on his face and called out the name of the spell. The Art of Harem. Bang. 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 A burst of smoke swirled around, and a group of blonde women appeared in the training ground. Those blonde women were scratching their heads and wriggling around one by one. Amidst the smoke, they twisted all the way and surrounded Tiankai. Those women waved their hands and shouted in a coquettish tone. Tiankai big brother. This terrifying scene stirred Tiancai's spirits. Like a bucket of cold water mixed with ice and snow pouring down from the top of his head, he shuddered and his whole body was shivering. Without any further thoughts, Tiankai fiercely bumped into Naruto and accelerated with all his might. He jumped fiercely, his whole body like a spring, leaping high and soaring dozens of meters. In a moment of panic, he leapt half of the training ground and jumped out of the encirclement of those blonde women. After jumping out of the encirclement, Tiankai calmed down and looked at Naruto with caution. Naruto, who was knocked off the ground, got up again. Naruto looked behind him and saw the many blonde women behind him. His face turned red and he began to have nosebleeds. He covered his nose and asked Tiankai. Brother Tiankai, have you decided to give up or continue the battle? Tiankai looked around cautiously, fortunately no one else saw it. If this situation were seen by others, his image of Kiba as a fan would collapse. He quickly waved his hand. First remove this technique. I'll take all your Yao Lamian noodles in the next 20 years. I'm not allowed to use this technique on me in the future. If a beautiful female ninja uses the harem technique, Tiancai doesn't mind admiring it for a while. But as soon as he thought that the women in front of him were all Naruto's shadow clones, he couldn't help but feel uncomfortable all over. At least Tiancai's past life was also influenced by many small movies. Faced with harem surgery, he did not lose a large amount of blood like an ordinary ninja. However, facing Naruto's unconventional playing, he is also quite wary. If we really want to fight against these women who are not in the slightest bit, whether we win or lose, we will lose our integrity and our image will be completely destroyed. This kind of unethical ninjutsu, even among the thousand-handed pillars and Uchiha, cannot be easily underestimated. Think about it, if Uchiha had been knocked down by the harem technique before. After losing all the integrity and image. When people mention the god of ninjutsu, the most powerful man in the world, they don't raise fear, the first thing they think of is various rumors of lace. People think of the god of ninjutsu, the most powerful man in the world, who was once beaten by a group of women. Tiancai doesn't want to experience such a terrible thing at all. Heard the promise of Xiao Lamian noodles for 20 years, Naruto and the blonde woman behind them all had golden light in their eyes. They immediately saluted and said in a straight face, "Follow your order, and long live Lamian noodles." The scene of being saluted by a group of fruit girls is indescribable. Tiancai supported his forehead with his hand and couldn't look directly at him. Let's first relieve ninjutsu. Jia. Finally, Naruto lifted the shadow clone. After a burst of white smoke, the woman transformed by Naruto completely disappeared. Tiancai breathed a sigh of relief, but fortunately, the scene just now was not seen by anyone. He coughed for a moment and said, "Naruto, you have great ideas for this technique. If you have time, we can discuss it privately. If not targeted by others, harem technique is actually a very good ninjutsu. Tiancai has a strong interest in this ninjutsu. Think about it, if every married ninja could master harem art. This world must be very beautiful. Every married ninja can proficiently use harem techniques, which can definitely promote a happy marriage and a prosperous family." Thinking of this, Tiancai made a decision. When Kiba becomes his master in the future, he will definitely make harem art a compulsory ninjutsu for adult ninjas before marriage. This is the true ninjutsu that can make people happy. If there could be more harmonious and loving ninjutsu like harem in the world, how wonderful the world would be. There is no contradiction between people, between countries, and it cannot be solved by a harem technique. If one harem surgery cannot solve it, then there are only two. When all people submit to the magic of harem magic, everyone can obtain happiness, and the world will definitely become very beautiful. Tiancai's gaze at Naruto added a touch of anticipation. Naruto's unintentional creation of ninjutsu will greatly advance this world towards a better future. Naruto seems to have not yet understood the greatness of the ninjutsu he invented, and he is still thinking about today's battle. Tiancai, big brother, who will win this time? Tiancai patted Naruto's shoulder. Naruto, although your progress is very rapid, to surpass me, you still need to continue to catch up. So, keep working hard. Okay, Naruto's mood was low for a few seconds, but he immediately regained his composure. After all, he is the omnipotent Tiancai elder brother. It is not so easy to defeat you. Even the forbidden technique that can defeat Huoying cannot stop you. Naruto clenched his fist and said with great enthusiasm, "Next time, I will definitely defeat you." Tiancai encourages Naruto. "Okay, come on, now let's go to have a happy Lamian noodles." Tiancai clapped his hands, greeted Naruto, and walked towards the outside of the training ground. Naruto smiled happily, "I won't lose if I can't eat Lamian noodles. Today I will eat until I can't walk." The two left the training ground and walked towards Xiao Lamian noodles. On the tall building of the Hokage office, the third-generation Hokage wiped his nosebleeds with a tissue while muttering to himself. Unexpectedly, without realizing it, Naruto had grown into a powerful ninja. With the combination of shadow clones and physical skills, it was enough to defeat most Nakano. Powerful physical skills, powerful chakras, Naruto possesses the qualification to become a Hokage. Naruto should be given a good master, and his talent should not be used for bizarre ninjutsu. Sandai Huoying looked up and used a tissue to block her bleeding nose. The killing power of harem surgery is still too stimulating for the elderly. As for Tiankai, Ape Flying Sun/pondered. In the recent battle, Tiankai did not do his best. He was a genius ninja that could be compared to Watergate. Chapter 5. Cute every day, seeking collection, seeking flowers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. After accompanying Naruto to have a big meal at Yao Lamian Noodles restaurant, Tiankai walked towards home. Go west from Yao Lamian Noodles restaurant, pass my Mingcha Street, go straight along the street, and have not yet reached the location of my hospital. A peaceful and elegant small courtyard is Tiancai's current home. Entering the gate, there is a small courtyard with some simple training equipment that can be used for morning exercises every morning. When Tiankai just walked into the yard, a cute little girl wearing a pink short-sleeved jacket with 2 buns tied up rushed over. Oni sauce. With a strong coquettish tone, the little girl pounced on Tiankai. Tiankai smiled happily and said, "I'm back every day, come and have my brother hug me." He held his sister tightly and turned around several times before gently putting her down. Gently touching Tiantian's head, but unable to resist, she reached out to pinch her round little face. "Beautiful again. My lovely sister, long time no see." Smiling every day, she coquettishly said, "I've only been out for a few days, and it hasn't been long. Have you eaten yet?" Every day asked with anticipation. Tiankai was just about to answer and had eaten it. Seeing my sister's expectations, I quickly changed my mind. "Not yet, and you?" Every day happily pulled Tiancai's hand and walked into the room. "I made dinner and stewed soup, let's eat together." Tiankai entered the house every day. In the living room, on the round wooden table, there are several steaming and fragrant dishes. Rib soup, mapo tofu, sesame balls, braised beef, shredded pork and green pepper with green pepper, mashed potatoes. "Mom and Dad, are you coming back tonight?" Seeing the abundant dishes on the table, Tiankai asked. Every day, while giving Tiankai soup, he talks. "My parents and I are at a ninja shop. At the end of these few days, we need to take inventory and settle the accounts. The shop is too busy. They will only come back tonight. I just packed the food and sent it to them, so we don't have to wait for them." Tiankai picked up his chopsticks, picked up a piece of mapo tofu, and said happily, "I'm so happy that I can eat my sister's tofu as soon as I come back. It's mapo tofu made by my sister." Every day, blushing and correcting in a low voice, she handed the prepared soup to Tiankai and looked at him eagerly. "The craftsmanship is getting better and better." Tiankai generously praised him. "It's good if my brother likes it," he said with a bright smile. Every day the two of them nibbled on the food and started chatting about the past few days. "How was the mission experience this time, and did you encounter any unexpected situations along the way?" Tiankai asked with concern. A few days ago, Tiantian's class received a C-level task to suppress mountain bandits and went on a long journey with teacher Kai, Ning, Xiao Li, and the whole class. Although in terms of Tiantian's strength, C-level tasks are not difficult. With Shangren leading the team, dealing with a group of mountain bandits can be said to be foolproof. But as an older brother, I still inevitably have to worry. For Tiantian, who has just become a ninja for a year, when going on a long journey, he also needs to fight against mountain bandits. Along the way, he may even have to kill enemies. This kind of task will be a great test for a 13-year-old girl. Tiankai doesn't want his sister to experience psychological trauma during the mission due to certain circumstances. Put down the dishes every day and speak slowly. The task of defeating bandits is not difficult. When we arrived at the village where the task was located, we followed the information provided by the villagers and had Ning seize eyes. We quickly found the bandits hiding in the mountains. We destroyed the bandits' stronghold, confiscated their weapons, and even captured their leader. The process of the task was very simple, and Ning Xiao and Xiao Li also took good care of me. They rushed to do those difficult and troublesome tasks. Tiankai nodded in satisfaction and said, I didn't disappoint my usual care for them. In order to provide more care for my younger sister in the team, Tiankai also treats Ning Xiao and Xiao Li well on weekdays. Not only did it involve multiple hospitalizations, but also in the cultivation and guidance of ninjutsu, Tiankai put in great effort. After all, the stronger the companions in a group, the more support the younger sister receives when doing tasks. Tiantian slowed down his tone and said, when he came back, the village chief also paid his salary very happily. Because it was already late, we stayed there for another night and came back the next day. The task went quite smoothly, Tiankai said gently. Tiantian nodded and said, the process of the task went very smoothly, only after the task was completed. She continued, after the task was over, I wandered around the village for a while. I saw that the villagers in the village were wearing very poor clothes, eating very poor food, without meat, and couldn't eat enough rice. Many children's clothes were patched. Tiantian's tone is a bit sad. They are frugal, saving money on meals, and then saving up money to hire us. After seeing these situations, I quietly left my wallet at the village chief's house. She lowered her head slightly embarrassed and whispered. I was very careful. Neither teacher Akai nor Xiaoli noticed, but Ning Xiao still saw me. Ning Xiao saw me secretly leaving money for the villagers, but he didn't say anything. Instead, he left his own money to those villagers as well. Brother, did I make a mistake? Said Tiantian with some guilt. Tiankai looked at Tiantian with encouraging eyes. Every day, you haven't done anything wrong. As long as you think carefully about what you should do before doing something, don't hesitate to do what you want to do. It's right to do this quietly. Ninjas need training, need to purchase ninjas, and the cost is high. Our family is relatively well off, so we can satisfy our own thoughts more and do things to help others. But if this kind of thing is seen by others, they will be very difficult. For us, the income from tasks is just some pocket money. But for most ninjas, it is all that supports their training, support, and expenses. It is only natural for them to put in effort and receive rewards. Although Ning Xiao was born into a big family, as a separated family, his father passed away early and his family was not well off. I will compensate him for the money he left behind tomorrow. Brother, what should I do next time I encounter this situation? Tian looked at her brother eagerly, hoping that he could give her an answer. Chapter 6. Monopoly Mall, Seeking Collection, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Tiankai pondered for a moment before slowly speaking. Teaching people to fish is better than teaching them to fish. Next time when doing tasks, I will use a sealed scroll to prepare some agricultural tools, seeds, and some medical symbols that can help them in advance. Next time you encounter such a situation, don't secretly leave money for them. You can give them some agricultural tools, seeds, and medical symbols. With these tools, villagers can use their own hands to improve their lives. Listening to Tiancai's methods, Tiantian's eyes became brighter and brighter. She knew that these methods were feasible. Tiankai continued to analyze. Next time, you can also ask Xiao Li and teacher Akai to help together. They are strong and energetic, and can do all the hard work such as plowing, chopping trees, and building water wheels. These tasks and assistance are more useful for villagers than money. Helping others doesn't necessarily require spending money. Nodding vigorously every day. Listening to Tiancai's advice, she became happy again. Thank you, Oni sauce. Show a bright smile every day. Be good, let's eat. Tiancai filled Tiantian with a large bowl of rice. My lovely sister, if she wants to help more people, she needs to become stronger and more talented. Tiancai is very supportive of Tiantian's kindness. As long as his sister won't get hurt, he is willing to use his own strength to protect her kindness and innocence. Aha! Tiantian obediently nodded and said, Uni sauce, I have been practicing hard and I have already mastered the water instantaneous body and wind instantaneous body. She looked at Tiancai as if inviting credit, with a cute expression on her round face that was quick to praise me. Tiancai touched Tiantian's head and said, You are truly my sister. Keep going, and when you become more proficient in instant body techniques, I will teach you more powerful time and space ninjutsu. Every day, he looked at his brother with admiration in his eyes and said, Oni sauce is so powerful, he knows all kinds of ninjutsu. Of course, I am a genius. Tiancai smiled brightly and said, I can teach you any ninjutsu you want to learn. After dinner, Tiancai quickly washed the dishes with a spiral ball and returned to his bedroom. He sat at the table in the bedroom and muttered, Open the Monopoly Mall. A semi-transparent interface resembling a game mall appeared in front of Tiancai. The densely packed ninjutsu scrolls are all listed in the sales column of the mall. The highest row is prominently marked with the symbols of rebirth from dirt, immortal mode, flying thunder god technique. Without flipping through numerous pages one by one, Tiancai continued to give orders, by the flying thunder god's art with silver. As soon as the words fell, all the knowledge and key points about the technique of flying thunder god came to Tiancai's mind bit by bit. The flow of information cascaded into his brain like a waterfall. Fragments flashed through his mind like a horse lantern. With the infusion of knowledge, Tiancai understood all the key points of the Flying Thunder God's technique. The technique of Flying Thunder God is to seal one's own information through sealing techniques. Using summoning techniques, summon one's own existence. The key to the technique of Flying Thunder God is to use special props to reverse one's own information and summon oneself to a designated position in place. In a short period of time, through systematic knowledge infusion, Tiancai went from knowing nothing about the art of the Flying Thunder God to becoming a theoretical expert who thoroughly mastered the art of the Flying Thunder God. Later, he silently said, Open the properties panel. As soon as the words fell, a semi-transparent attribute panel appeared before his eyes. Name. Tiancai, title. Monopoly, fate point. 4,500 wealth. 19.53 million taels, possess skills. Secret arts, paper done, advanced, 8 Dunjia, 5, Flying Thunder God, beginner level, monthly reading, beginner level, soft fist, beginner level, medical ninja, intermediate level, time-space ninja, beginner level, sealing, intermediate level, cooking, intermediate level, acupuncture and moxibustion, beginner level, Looking at the numbers in the wealth column, Tiancai whispered, I spent 5 million taels on purchasing the Flying Thunder God technique. Although 5 million taels is equivalent to the reward for several S-level missions, for me, as long as it's something that can be purchased with silver, it's too easy. He couldn't help but sigh, and had to say that the paper escape secret technique he purchased was really a great deal. If it weren't for relying on mass production of detonating symbols and relying solely on task bonuses to purchase ninjutsu through the Monopoly Mall, it would really be exhausting. The Monopoly Mall is the golden finger of Tiancai after crossing into this world. As an ordinary and comprehensive golden finger, Monopoly Mall can purchase all the ninjutsu in Hokage. Whether it's the technique of Flying Thunder God, or the rebirth of Dirty Earth, or even the most common three-body technique. All the ninjutsu that has appeared in Hokage are within the sales range of Monopoly Mall. In the first few years, Tiankai did not gain much in the Monopoly Mall. The price of ninjutsu in the Monopoly Mall is not low. Taking the spiral pill as an example, the A-level ninjutsu that has been trained in the original work requires 500,000 taels to be purchased. There are various types of ninjutsu with high prices. Generally speaking, S-level ninjutsu requires 5 million taels, A-level ninjutsu requires 500,000 taels, B-level ninjutsu costs 100,000 taels, C-level ninjutsu costs 50,000 taels, and D-level ninjutsu costs 10,000 taels. Corresponding ninjutsu requires completing at least 2 or more corresponding level tasks in order to earn money for purchasing ninjutsu. Although this price is already very low, for a child who has just crossed over. Even these cost-priced ninjutsu are completely unaffordable. The S-level task is a task that even the upper ninja needs to face a life and death test in order to complete with difficulty. If it weren't for Tiankai discovering a non-bug bug, it would be very difficult for him to gather and purchase a silver tail of A-level ninjutsu now. Unlike many ninjas, ninjutsu is not just a destructive technique. Ninjutsu is also a technique used for creation. Tiankai has a first-hand experience of this. Tiankai and Tiantian's father, Tianhe, is not a ninja, but an ordinary person. In the world of ninjas, life is not easy for ordinary people. But as an ordinary person, Tianhe lived a prosperous life and had a happy family. Tianhe is a skilled craftsman with excellent forging techniques and is very skilled in making ninja tools. With a solid skill, although Tianhe is not a ninja, as a high-end technical talent of Kiba, his status and income are not inferior to ninjas. In the original work, wealthy families were involved in the production and manipulation of ninja tools. Let Tiantian rely on the one-throw battle method of heaven and earth to carve out a path of endurance. As a traveler, Tiankai naturally won't make the same mistakes as ninjas when it comes to purchasing knowledge that requires a lot of money. Tiankai didn't think of taking on tasks without thinking. His first thought was whether there was any technology that could make him a hot professional. Chapter 7. The Road to Making Money for Monopoly, Seeking Collection. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When it was discovered on the same day that purchasing knowledge required a large amount of money. What he wanted was not to become a ninja taking on tasks, but to rely on a craft like his father to become a hot professional. A skilled professional can earn even more income than shangren. Clever craftsmen not only earn more than shangren, but also hold it for a long time, very safe. Although skilled craftsmen lack combat effectiveness, their work will not be injured and can be carried out at any time. By relying solely on these advantages, one can know that in battle, shangren can sweep over craftsmen, but in order to make money, shangren may not necessarily be comparable to a skilled craftsman. With this understanding, when Tiankai first purchased ninjutsu, he didn't want big killing tools like the rebirth of dirt or the flying thunder god technique. He initially focused on the ninjutsu that could be used as a craft and for making a lot of money. At first, Tiankai wanted to purchase medical ninjutsu and become a divine doctor to treat people's illnesses, which is a common way for the protagonists in many online novels to make their first pot of gold. Just find a half-dead billionaire, as long as you cure them, money can roll in. However, soon Tiankai discovered that in the world of ninjas, medical ninjutsu could not be monopolized, and the way to make money through billionaires was not as easy as in modern society. Subsequently, Tiankai also considered sealing ninjutsu, a high-end sealing task, which is also an expensive high-end service. Although this idea has not been realized, there are also very few customers who require sealing tasks. It is difficult to encounter suitable tasks. But in the end, Tiankai finally found an effective way, which is the paper escape secret technique. Unlike medical ninjutsu, which has a large number of learners, the service prices of medical ninjas are very unstable. Secret techniques, as a secret and undisclosed secret, are a business that can be monopolized. After repeated screening and recollection, Tiankai finally found this non-bug. In the original work, Xiao Nan, organized by Xiao, once used a very powerful ninjutsu. In the battle between Xiao Nan and Daitu, Xiao Nan once used 600 billion detonating symbols as traps to ambush Daitu. The explosion lasted for 10 minutes in a row, and even Daitu, who was hiding in a different space, was killed by the explosion. Although in the end, Xiao Nan lost to Daitu's Izanagi and automatically revived. But this wealthy ninjutsu, which far surpasses all odds, still left a deep impression on Tiankai. When Kai searched for this information from his memory that day, he knew that he had finally established a foothold in this world. Beginner level, and intermediate level paper evasion are the three ninjutsu techniques that Tiankai first mastered. Relying on the secret technique of paper escape, Tiankai became a professional talent in creating explosive symbols and quickly accumulated a huge amount of wealth. A detonating talisman is worth 300 taels. The 600 billion detonating talismans that Xiao Nan once used were enough to buy the entire wooden leaf. Of course, if there are really so many detonating symbols flowing into the market, the price of detonating symbols will definitely decrease significantly. But Tiankai doesn't need to focus solely on fishing. He just needs to constantly create explosive talismans, slowly hoard and sell them, which is enough to accumulate the wealth to purchase the ninjutsu knowledge he needs. With the secret technique of paper escape, Tiankai finally found the way to make money. He found his greatest reliance in this world. With the help of the Monopoly Mall, Tiankai can be said to have become a true ninjutsu doctor. In addition to the ninjutsu marked in the attribute bar, he also has a bunch of miscellaneous entry-level skills. His entry-level skills are so numerous that the attribute panel cannot display them. In terms of understanding and breadth of ninjutsu, Tiankai can proudly say that no one from the 5 great powers is more knowledgeable than him. For Tiankai, entry-level skills are the simplest. Just keep earning money and spending money, and he can constantly purchase various knowledge in the Monopoly Mall. All knowledge, when transmitted to the mind, can lead to entry-level skills. Of course, if you want to upgrade your skills, it's not just about spending money. All the knowledge of ninjutsu in the world of Hokage can be purchased through money at the Monopoly Mall. Just keep earning money and you can constantly purchase various ninjutsu and secret techniques. But to truly master them, one must constantly train and turn that knowledge into one's own strength. Fortunately, in addition to purchasing silver, there is also a fate point in the Monopoly Mall that can be used to master and upgrade skills. In Tiancai's view, the silver in the Monopoly Mall is equivalent to the gold coins in the mall. Destiny is like a ticket in a shopping mall. Gold coins can purchase ordinary functions, while coupons can purchase VIP functions. In the Monopoly Mall, silver can purchase knowledge, and Destiny Point can directly transform knowledge into power. If there are enough Destiny Points, Tiankai can transform knowledge into power in a very short amount of time. Unfortunately, silver can be quickly earned by doing business and becoming a monopolistic merchant. The harvest of fate is much more rare. Looking at the newly increased 3,000 Destiny Points, Tiankai saw an achievement that he had just achieved today. Defeat the Son of Fate for the 1,000th time. Achievements, even when facing minors, I am not soft-hearted. This is a new achievement achieved by defeating Naruto for the 1,000th time. Seeing this achievement, Tiankai couldn't resist roast. It took several years to beat up children, and only got 3,000 fate points. Is it because only a little is given after killing, so it is called fate point? Seeing the stinginess of the system, Tiankai was very helpless. If it weren't for his early decision to train Naruto. There's no time to complete such a stingy task. According to the summary of several tasks by Tiankai, there is a certain pattern in the harvest of fate points. The harvest of destiny points requires completing a change in the plot that is different from the original one, just like a task temporarily assigned by the system. After completing the achievement, a portion of destiny points will be harvested. Participating in changing major events in the original plot can potentially yield some points of destiny. According to Tiancai's experience, it is not easy to meet the conditions for participation in change. It's not just about playing soy sauce to gain destiny points. To gain destiny points, you need to participate at least and play a significant role in it, so that you can gain destiny points. Over the years, Tiancai has accumulated enough wealth, but the only thing lacking is the point of destiny. Fortunately, even if there are not enough destiny points, through continuous training, the purchased knowledge can still be slowly transformed into strength. With the broadest knowledge among ninjas, Tiancai is no longer the ordinary otaku in his past life. He believes in himself, even without the assistance of fate, with all the ninjutsu and secret techniques he possesses, he is already capable of guarding this world. And the help of fate will make his path smoother. Chapter 8. Old Traditional Chinese Medicine Ning Ci, Seeking Collection, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. In the morning, Tiancai woke up early and moved his body in the yard for a while. After washing his face and brushing his teeth, he started using spiral pills and noodles to prepare breakfast. Steamed the meat buns my sister likes with hueduan, and ground soybean milk with spiral pills. A beautiful day has just begun. How fragrant. The fragrance of meat buns hook me up from the bed every day. She walked out of the room wearing cute pajamas with panda patterns. Tiancai doted on his sister and said, "Go wash your face, brush your teeth, and then have breakfast." After breakfast, Tiancai bid farewell to his sister and prepared to go out. "I'll go to Ning Ci's house first. At noon, let's call on Ning Ci, Xiao, and teacher Akai to have barbecue outside together." "Okay, goodbye to Oni sauce. Say goodbye to my brother obediently every day." Tiancai walked out of the yard and onto the street. At this time, it was still early and there were only scattered pedestrians on the road. The restaurant that runs breakfast opens early, and the aroma of food permeates the streets. On the way to Ning Ci's house, Tiancai could still hear the passionate slogans and footsteps of Xiao and teacher Akai running around the village. Might Kai shouted passionately, "Come on, Xiao, there are still 80 laps left. You can only rest after running 100 laps around the village." Xiao Li's voice was also full of enthusiasm. "Teacher, I feel the power of youth, I need to accelerate." "Okay, let's speed up," Might Kai said loudly. Next, there was the sound of a strong wind blowing by. Tiancai couldn't help but sigh. It's truly the passionate teachers of Xiao and Akai, who can run even a step with great enthusiasm. He quietly avoided the running route of Xiao and Akai, avoiding being pulled together by them for exercise. Although practicing the 8 gates of Dunjia, Tiancai has its own unique training method and does not need to follow Xiao and Meitikai for training. Around 2 streets, Tiancai arrived at Ning Ci's home. When he pushed the door in, he saw Ning Ci exercising in the yard. Tiancai remained silent and stopped to observe Ning Ci's training. Ning Ci stepped forward and backward, using his hands to guide his body in changing his movements. His steps were smooth and his palms were exquisite. He sometimes stands still, sometimes bursts out quickly. Ning Ci used the technique of gentle punches between stillness and movement. The light wind blew the leaves, and a leaf fell from Ning Ci's head. At a height of 1 foot above Ning Ci's head, the leaves could no longer fall, circling and dancing like a whirlwind, undulating up and down. Seeing this scene, Tiancai nodded. According to his standards, Ning Ci's soft fist can be said to have been practiced to an intermediate level. When Ning Ci used Rochuan, there was an invisible aura between every move and gesture. The intangible aura unleashed by the soft fist formed a comprehensive Bagua realm around Ning Ci's body. In this field of gossip, it is truly difficult for wind and rain to penetrate, and foreign enemies to invade. Ordinary enemies, as long as they step into this field, will immediately be heavily suppressed by the invisible airflow, becoming lambs that can be slaughtered by Ning Ci. Whoosh! Tiancai threw a sword in his hand in the direction of Ningxi. Speaking late, then fast. As his sword invaded the realm of Ningxi's gossip, Ningxi, who was slowly using his fist techniques, suddenly disappeared. With a swipe, in an instant, Ningxi appeared on the side of the sword in his hand. He suddenly unleashed his bagua empty palm at the speed of lightning and flint. Hiss. The palm force tore open the air, and an invisible wave of air gushed out from Ningxi's palm. When? With a crisp sound, like a collision of gold and iron, swords clashing. The black sword in hand was struck by invisible waves, emitting a clanging sound of gold and iron. On the sword in hand, several deep and thin incisions were cut by the airflow. Tiancai clapped his palms and praised, quiet as a virgin, dynamic as a thunderbolt. Ningxi, your gentle fist is about to reach a higher level and have its own style. He walked up to Ningxi and picked up the broken sword in his hand. Examining the broken sword in his hand, Tiancai exclaimed in admiration. The effect of incorporating the chakra surgical knife into the soft fist is very good. The destructive power of the bagua empty palm has increased by at least 3 times. This can no longer be called the bagua empty palm. The cutting power of the separated empty palm is comparable to that of a sword. This palm can be called the bagua sword palm. You are a genius. Tiancai looked at Ningxi and couldn't help but praise him. Ningxi slowly exhaled and adjusted his state, speaking with a calm expression. There has been some progress in integrating the chakra surgical knife into the soft fist, but now I can only integrate the chakra surgical knife into the bagua empty palm. There are still 108,000 miles left until you say that the chakra surgical knife can be used in all body acupoints. Ningxi stared at Tiancai with white eyes and said, thanks to your guidance, incorporating the chakra surgical knife into the soft fist is a genius and crazy idea. With you in front, I dare not admit the title of genius. He is well aware that even though his own strength is rapidly improving. But for this true genius in front of him, Ningxi could never be certain whether the gap in strength between them was widening or narrowing. Faced with such a truly admirable genius, he dared not consider himself a genius. Tiancai chuckled lightly and said, I admit, I am a genius. So, those of you who can be compared to me are also geniuses. Ningxi walked slowly to a wooden frame in the yard, took off the towel draped on the frame, and wiped the sweat off his body. Did the sun come out from the west today? It's so early in the morning, and you, the girl control, are not at home with your precious little sister. How could you have thought of coming to me? Tiancai casually threw a small bag in his hand over Ningxi, continuing. Ningxi gently caught the package thrown by Tiancai and didn't open it. He asked directly, what is it? Tiancai raised his hand and said, thank you for taking care of my sister during the mission. This is a benefit fee. Ningxi shook his head gently and said, we are all companions, taking care of each other is natural, so there is no need for any benefits. After speaking, he delivered the package back. Tiancai added, there is a set of golden needles, a set of surgical tools, various commonly used talismans, and several medical books inside. Ningxi's outstretched hand paused in mid-air, hesitating. These things were very precious and what he needed. Tiancai said with certainty, these are what you deserve. The stronger you are, the safer your companions will be during the mission. Soft fist massage, gold needle acupuncture, bagua sword palm. The Ningxi and Tiancai of this life were created according to the identity of an old Chinese medicine practitioner. It has to be said that white eyes are indeed the most suitable talent for reconnaissance and medical treatment. White eyes are not only powerful talents that can directly see through meridians and internal organs. White eye also has a unique advantage in the subtle control of chakras, as it can release chakras from all acupoints throughout the body. With such a unique talent, Ningxi didn't study medical ninjutsu, which was a waste of resources. Ningxi was born with the qualifications to become an experienced traditional Chinese medicine practitioner. Chapter 9. Ning Ci, Mastering Fate, Seeking Collection. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. With white eyes and strong chakra control, Ning Ci was born to be a good seedling of an old Chinese medicine practitioner. Cultivating Ningxi as a medical ninja, Tiancai also has his own selfish intentions. Ning Ci is his sister's companion. The stronger Ning Ci is, the greater support he can provide for his sister in tasks. In the third class where my younger sister is in every day. Xiao Li and Maikai, only physical skills can handle it. In the mission, they charged forward without hesitation, but when they encountered injuries that needed treatment, their rough physical skills lacked the assistance of ninjutsu. There will be very obvious deficiencies in support and assistance. In the class where my younger sister is, there is not a medical ninja who can handle it, which Tiancai cannot tolerate at all. Tiancai has also taught his sister medical ninjutsu, but Tiantian does not have a prominent advantage in chakra's control. The progress in learning medical ninjutsu is not fast every day, and simple bandaging and assistance are okay. If you really encounter an emergency, you are helpless. Both emotion and reason, as well as natural wealth, have sufficient reasons to make Ningxi a skilled medical ninja. In addition, although Ning Ci comes from a big family, as a member of a separate family, he did not enjoy the preferential treatment of the big family. His father's early death left him lacking the most important guide. In the original work, there was a lack of reasonable guidance, which seriously buried Ning Ci's talent. For Tiancai, he naturally wouldn't watch this scene happen. Medical ninjutsu is the best development direction for Ningxi. Medical ninjutsu can not only be used to save people, but its destructive power cannot be underestimated. Gangsho, one of the three ninjas, is the best among medical ninjas. Gangsho possesses shadow-level strength and is not inferior to the other two ninjas. For Ning Ci, with the assistance of his eyes, learning medical ninjutsu will not only not be his burden, but also his outstanding advantage, allowing him to gain stronger strength. Just like the Bagua sword palm that Ning Ci just used, using a soft fist to control the chakra surgical knife, the destructive power of the Bagua sword palm is not inferior to the strange power of Gangsho. Tiancai needs to ensure the safety of his sister, while Ningxi needs to improve his own strength. The two hit it off at once, with the knowledge and guidance provided by Tiancai. On the road to becoming a peerless traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, Ning Ci rode away like a flying horse. I gave the gift I had prepared to Ning Ci. Tiancai asked, "Tell me about the problems you encountered during your soft fist training." His expression was somewhat conflicted, with a hint of displeasure and depression in his tone. In the training of soft boxing, Tiancai put in a considerable amount of effort. Unfortunately, there was no match for the white eye. His progress in soft fist training has been stuck on the threshold for a long time. Recently, there has been no progress at all. Tiancai has put a lot of effort into medical ninjutsu. Intermediate medical ninjutsu is one of the best among the medical ninjas at Kiba Hospital. Rochuan allows Tiancai to integrate his medical ninjutsu skills into practical combat. Whether it's unleashing potential or transforming oneself, Rochuan has unique advantages and enormous potential. Unfortunately, without the assistance of Bai Yan, even though medical ninjutsu has reached intermediate level. In the theory of Rochuan, he also became a master, but for Tiancai, if he truly wants to master this set of boxing techniques, his heart is surplus but his strength is insufficient. Until now, Tiancai has not been able to master the Bagua sword palm. It seems impossible to use the chakra surgical knife on the entire body's orifices. "Thank you." Ning Ci looked gratefully at Tiancai and carefully collected the package. When it comes to soft fists, he starts shaking his head. Without the assistance of Bai Yan, it is already unbelievable that you can master soft fist. He said slowly, even in the Hinata family, Rochuan is a very advanced skill that requires years of hard practice. You can still master Rochuan without a blank eye. Your talent in Rochuan is not inferior to mine. But if you want to control the chakra surgical knife with a soft fist without relying on the assistance of your eyes, I think you're a bit imaginative. If you don't mind, I don't mind giving you a different eye. Ning Xi's words carry an inexplicable meaning. Tiancai waved his hand and said, let's pull it down. Even if we really need to change our eyes, we can't use your eyes. He spoke with a hint of helplessness. If it weren't for the infinite potential of this boxing technique, I wouldn't have been so conflicted. Integrating the chakra surgical knife into the soft fist, in the final complete state, the chakra surgical knife can unleash its astonishing killing power at any angle of 360 degrees around the body's orifices. Using this acupoint to cut off the pulse, killing invisibly. This terrifying technique will be the most powerful technique in the history of ninjas, far more powerful than the bones and veins of Jun Malu. Such a boxing technique with infinite potential, Tiancai naturally hopes to master it. Using a soft fist to control the chakra surgical knife, unleashing its astonishing power from every acupoint throughout the body. This kind of fist technique is the natural enemy of all melee ninjas. Ning Xi sighed, this will create a powerful and unparalleled fist technique. Such a terrifying fist technique can no longer be called a soft fist. Tiancai said indifferently, this is your unique boxing technique. You can name it, kill fist, wave fist, direct death fist, invisible sword chi, whatever you call it. He doesn't care what the name of this boxing technique is. Compared to these small matters, he hopes more to find a way to master this terrifying martial arts like Ning Xi. Do you really need to put on a pair of white eyes? Ning Xi pondered for a moment and gently shook his head. The naming process is still a long way off. At most, when I use Bagua Kong Palm, I incorporate the chakra surgical knife into it. It's still a long way off to use the chakra surgical knife for the acupoints around my body. Tiancai's face remained calm and he spoke in a plain tone. The initial level of this boxing technique will exceed a level, even the forbidden skill of S level. It is very worthwhile to spend a few years improving this skill. Ning Xi touched his forehead and said, yes, this is the power that can kill upper ninja. It will be the power that I can establish myself in this world. Seeing Ning Xi seemingly lost in thought again, Tiancai spoke softly. I have already sealed the bird curse seal in the cage on your forehead. According to some rumors I know, there is further evolution above the white eye. Just like the Sharingan evolved from the first hook of jade to the third hook of jade, and then evolved into the kaleidoscope Sharingan. White eyes seems to have undergone a higher level of evolution, and this cage bird seal will no longer endanger your life. I hope you can rely on your own will to completely break this seal. Tiancai stared into Ning Xi's eyes and said, evolve your white eyes to a higher state. Only in this way can you truly break your own destiny. At that time, the fate of the Hinata clan will be in your hands. Tiancai can completely unlock the bird seal in the cage on Ning Xi's forehead, but as a separated family, even if he unlocks the bird seal for Ning Xi this time, what will happen next time? Ning Xi lowered his head and looked at his hands, muttering to himself, as long as I improve this technique, the power to change everything will be in my hands. Chapter 10. Xiao Li's grandfather is online. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tiancai hopes that Ningxi can continue to evolve Bai Yan. For Tiancai, he is more optimistic about Bai Yan compared to the extremely side effects of the Sharingan. Amazing eyesight, translucency, inner vision, and white eyes can be used to assist in cultivation. Compared to using the wheel eye directly for combat, it is more concerning to Tiancai. If Ning Xi can develop a reincarnation eye, and if he can figure out the promotion method for reincarnation eyes, Tiancai doesn't mind changing his own pair of white eyes. Unfortunately, reincarnation eyes are not easily evolved. When they fell silent, a voice came from outside the door. Hi, Ning Xi, are you at home? A careless voice came from outside the door. Tiancai and Ningxi looked towards the door. Might Kai and Xiao Li walked in from the door one after another. The two of them were sweating profusely, as if they had just been pulled out of the water. From afar, Tiancai could smell the strong sweat and odor on their bodies. Tiancai wrinkled his nose and said, "Don't you guys take a shower first?" Might Kai grinned and showed his pure white teeth. "We ran 100 laps around the village and happened to stop at Ning Xi's doorstep," he said. "It's really a coincidence, so we came to visit Ning Xi again. If you could accept Ning Xi's massage before taking a shower, it would be like youth," said Might Kai with a bright smile. Ning Xi's expression was somewhat awkward, with a helpless expression on her face. Since he learned medical ninjutsu, Teacher Akai seems to consider him a professional massage therapist. After every exercise, Teacher Akai would take Xiao Li and shout for him to do full-body massage with soft fists. Although using soft fist massage has helped him improve his medical ninjutsu skills and understand the mysteries of the human body, it has also been somewhat helpful. But every day I have to massage for teachers Xiao Li and Akai, which always gives Ning Xi a strange feeling. You're right, after exercising, of course, you need to do some massage. It helps to unblock the muscles and collaterals, promote blood circulation, and remove blood stasis, in order to have the best exercise effect. Tiancai doesn't mind the trouble of watching the excitement, and actively helps the old Chinese medicine practitioner Ning Xi to accept it. Metki's expression met that of a close friend, and he extended his thumb, revealing his pure white teeth. It's truly a godsend, and you can truly understand the meaning of youthful passion. In order to not disappoint our beautiful youth, let's do training together this afternoon. Tiancai smiled and turned his head to look at Ning Xi. With a shout, Ning Xi suddenly disappeared. Immediately afterwards, he appeared behind Metki. Bang! Empty palm, Bagua empty palm. The invisible palm force flew Might Kai into mid-air. Ning Xi took another step and disappeared from the original position, appearing directly below Metki. Bang, 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 bang. Hoo, 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 hoo. Quickly clapping, an invisible wave of energy, Ning Xi continuously unleashed the power of the separated palm. Invisible waves formed a huge circular field around Ning Xi's body. Invisible energy is like an arm, constantly slapping through the air. The acupoints all over Ning Xi's body release invisible chakra airflow, piercing into the meridians and acupoints of Might Kai's body. Might Kai floats in the air, receiving 360-degree, all-round, from inside to outside, thorough professional massage and acupuncture and moxibustion massage. Soft fist technique. 8 trigrams and 28 palms. Oh yeah, Metki let out a comfortable moan. So comfortable. Seeing Might Kai's intoxicated expression, Tiancai became somewhat curious about Ning Xi's massage technique. Is it really that enjoyable? He couldn't help but have an impulse to experience it firsthand. This is really professional massage, only taking the traditional Chinese medicine Ning Xi. Under Ning Xi's continuous palm strikes, the soft fist includes chakra's palm strikes. Without harming the opponent, it uses oscillating palm strength to strike the whole body, stimulate meridians, channel qi and blood, and stimulate potential. This can already be considered a brand new form of ninjutsu. Soft fist technique. Unleashing potential. After receiving the professional massage from the old Chinese medicine practitioner Ning Xi, Might Kai reluctantly walked aside and gave up his position to Xiao Li. Compared to teacher Akai's extensive experience, Xiao Li is much more shy and cautious. He gritted his teeth and blushed, embarrassed to moan. The expression on his face was sometimes exaggerated, sometimes suppressed, sometimes comfortable, sometimes sour, sometimes restrained, sometimes crazy. Xiao Li is addicted and entangled in comfort and restraint, fluctuating and sinking repeatedly. When he fell to the ground again, his whole body felt soft and light, as if he had just run out of a women's bathhouse. Tiancai couldn't help but feel shocked. The old Chinese medicine practitioner Ning Xi's strength was indeed amazing. After finishing work, Ning Xiao breathed a long sigh of relief and waved his hand. The massage is over, you guys go take a shower quickly. Seeing Xiao Li and Meki about to leave, Tiancai suddenly remembered something and quickly called out to Xiao Li, "Hey! Xiao Li, do you want to become a tattooed teenager?" Xiao Li asked somewhat puzzled, "What is a tattooed teenager?" Tiancai slowly explained. "Xiao Li, you should know that with your current efforts, it's not difficult to become a top student. But if you want to surpass Teacher Akai, with your current training situation, you can say there is no chance at all. Besides physical skills, you also need some other things." The Tattoo Youth Plan was prepared by Tiancai for Xiao Li, other things. Xiao Li fell silent and turned to look at Teacher Akai. Might Kai listened quietly to Tiancai's explanation without refuting it. This is also what he is worried about. Xiao Li's efforts are not inferior to his own when he was a child. But relying on the same training methods as when he was a child, it is also unlikely to surpass him in the end. Tiancai slowly said, "Although Teacher Akai is not good at ninjutsu, that's because he focuses all his training on physical skills. His chakra is not inferior to other ninjutsu players, and he won't lose to you in terms of training intensity." This is precisely Tiancai's concern for Xiao Li. Relying on repeating Might Kai's training path, Xiao Li never had a chance to surpass Might Kai in his lifetime. Xiao Li's current strength, in the midst of endurance, can be considered very good. As an hard-working genius, Xiao Li is already able to use the fifth of the 8 Dunjia gates. Xiao Li's expertise in the 8 gates Dunjia alone surpasses that of Tiancai. But after all, Ba Men Dunjia is not omnipotent. If one really wants to fight without self-harm, now Ning Xiao and Naruto can easily defeat Xiao Li. Thank you to the book friend Golden Black for their tips and monthly ticket support. I am extremely grateful. When the new book started with poor grades and I was worried about whether anyone would read it and whether I could continue writing, I was really excited to receive monthly passes and tipping support from my book friends. Thank you for the support of the Golden Black people. Today, we will add a new chapter and have 4 shifts throughout the day.